We are all excited that it is Pride Month and the LGBTQ plus community is celebrating all across the tri-state.
That's right. And while we often hear about events right here in New York City, right, this weekend for the first time ever, Montclair, New Jersey, hosting a Pride Festival. The first Montclair Town Council member to be out joins us now, Peter Yacobellis. So good morning to you, Peter. Good to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Montclair known as a diverse melting pot, right? So how has the township really accepted the LGBTQ plus community, and why did you decide to finally go through with a big Pride event?
Yeah, so I think we've always had a reputation for being an accepting and progressive community, but frankly, it just took somebody having a seat at the table like me to shine a light on the opportunities we had to improve some of our laws and policies on the books, which we did last year. And then we looked around and said, hey, why don't we do something like this from an economic development perspective to really bring the community all together to celebrate? And it hadn't been done before. So me and a bunch of volunteers came together and created this a year ago. And we're just so excited about how much this exploded.
Yeah, so much progress. I mean, there is a big event downtown tomorrow, right? Montclair Pride, celebrities, politicians, New Jersey's Attorney General, all will be there. You know, even just 10 or 15 years ago, could you have ever foreseen something like this and the LGBTQ acceptance that you're seeing today?
No, not at all, right? And I wish it was the case 10 or 15 years ago, because frankly, I would have had a lot of an easier life. And I think a lot of people like me and older than me would have had easier lives. So one of the things I'm so excited about is just seeing how many young people are involved. You know, we have elementary school kids performing on our stages, all families bringing their children with them. So we're just excited that it's starting earlier for people. The acceptance, the embrace, the welcoming, it's all starting earlier for people. It's going to be a healthier experience, I think, for this next generation.
All right, start the conversation early, right? You're the founder of Out Montclair, and you'll also be making a speech Saturday talking about the state-sponsored discrimination and violence against LGBTQ plus people. So what exactly does that mean? What are you hoping that the audience walks away from with your speech?
Well, I think once again, like it's happened in the past, our community is being politicized and weaponized, frankly, for political gain by people who know better. And I find that just really, really disappointing. You know, there are people around this country proposing over 200 anti-trans, anti-LGBT bills in state legislatures who know better, who know the science, who know the medical history, who know all of the research, facts, and data around, you know, who we are and the fact that we're born this way. We're not some anomaly, and they're still trying to push this anti-LGBT agenda in state houses.
Yeah, so that being said, did you get any opposition to the Out Montclair Festival?
Sure. You know, we haven't really seen any locally, but we've gotten a lot of pushback online, you know, from groups around the country and things like that. Typical stuff that you've seen, you know, in the past with all sorts of hateful comments and messages and things like that. But, you know, we're just continuing to delete and block and flag any of concern, frankly.
Yeah, tune out the noise, right? So your news release refers to a battle for acceptance, particularly in the suburbs, right? So what kind of suburban opposition to LGBTQ plus people are you talking about, and which suburbs around, I guess, our area?
Yeah, so I think in general, the battle for equality right now, the front line for that really is in the suburbs, right? We're seeing that take place in school boards, particularly around the country. Even some of those local school boards in our area, right? In some of the more conservative towns where you've got people running for school board trying to ban content that discusses LGBT families. We've got state legislators proposing the same things in New Jersey. And then, of course, the extreme cases around the country in places like Florida and Texas, where, again, we're being singled out and targeted, frankly, for discrimination. You know, one of the examples I like to give is if an elementary school kid raises their hand and asks their teacher in a classroom in Florida, why does Tommy have two mommies? The teacher's not allowed to answer that question. That's just not okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad to see we've made so much progress, yet we're still so behind, you know. Just quickly, so tomorrow you have a big concert at the Wellmont Theater. Who are you featuring?
Yes, we're excited. We have Betty who's an international superstar and particularly known for Pride. Really, really excited to have Betty. We have Jordy, a new up-and-coming artist who actually just signed for the main stage for Lollapalooza as well.
Wow.
And we have a new group called Fab the Duo. So really, really, really excited for the Wellmont concert, capping things off after a day of Pride in the street. So busy day. Everyone should get some sleep tonight. We can't wait to see everyone tomorrow.
Because there's not only are you talking about those concerts at the Wellmont, but this begins at 12 p.m., right? Goes all the way to 6 p.m. And it's really a great day. Judy Gold's going to be there, famous comedian. And then you have the cast of Jagged Little Pill from Broadway, all taking place on a different stage, right?
That's right. We've got 2 stages downtown, over 150 sponsor tents, vendors, activities, the restaurants all pouring into the streets and activating, all local performing artist groups. We're just so excited about the robustness of what's happening from a festival perspective, which is all day 12 to 6. And then the concert kicks off at the Wellmont Theater at 7 o'clock. So we're just telling people, get there early, get a spot in one of the parking decks or park on the street, use the meters, you know, just plan ahead and make sure you've got enough time to get there.
Well, it sounds like an exciting time. Good luck to you with all the events. It sounds so much fun. I know Dan, I think, is going to try to go.
Yeah, I got to visit my friend at the store, White Rabbit Black Heart. You know that store?
Yes, absolutely. Paul.
Paul.
Yes.
What's up, Paul?
See?
Yes.
Yeah.
Small
Come
world.
visit Paul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good
Selling
luck to
great
you.
chocolate.
Oh, God, I know.
Well, have a great time tomorrow. Peter Yacobellis, Montclair Council member and founder of Out Montclair. We really appreciate you being here this morning.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Happy Pride
Bye.
Month.
All right.
Happy Pride.